and we are taking the van out for a spin.
The snow's melted, the weather's warmer, but we've realised today we've run out of eggs, so we need to get some food in the house. Yeah, before we get into the DIY, we better take the van to the egg farm.
It is now February 15th and we haven't done anything on the van since, well, mid-December. It should be the first day getting back to it. That'll keep us going for a week.
Today the goal is to try and chop these bits of wood to size. We're going to stick them to the wall to act as ribs, so we can attach things like the cladding to them and the general furniture, the bed, wardrobe, things like that. So pretty big job, but we've got some lovely weather, the snow's melted, so let's get going. So we've had to abandon filming because we've needed 4 hands on deck.
Yeah, this is the tricky bit. We're trying to put a nut and a washer on the inside of this thing, and you have to have a bolt in there as well. It's really fiddly.
The problem is you can only get 1 finger in each side, and we need the wrench needs to thread in there, but the wrench needs to come out before we twist the wooden bar into place.
Open the wrench.
You can see how injured my hand is from doing this.
And now we have to make sure the bolt is just tight but not too tight so that we can spin it around like this.
Yeah.
Even that's a little bit loose, to be honest. But
we're going to get some self-tapping metal screws to finish that off.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to put this up without having to use self-tapping screws because it exposes a little bit of metal, but really in hindsight, considering effort to benefits, oh my god, we just ordered some
in hindsight,
screws.
you were wrong, is what you're saying. You were wrong.
But we have lots of bolts for all of the pre-threaded bolt holes, so that's good.
This is classic Scott. He's always like, let's do it the most strongest way. What's the biggest thing we can use? The thing that will take the most force. That's what we're going to use.
Yep, I've got a great idea.
Without actually thinking about, is that actually feasible to do with that? Anyway, I better put the camera away so I can help. Update on the wooden ribs in the van. So we just had a major meltdown. He'd very, very carefully measured up all the holes in the van, and they were definitely M10, so we ordered loads of M10 bolts. He's ordered them with the nuts and the...
yeah, just all the different variations.
All the bits and pieces you need. And they take ages to arrive, like, it's locked down. There's not many hardware stores near here. So we have everything we need ready to go. Turns out, and I'll show you in a minute, some of the holes are M10, some of them are M8, so we have a problem. We can't get the ribs on the roof without M8 bolts. Somebody had a major meltdown until I reminded him that we'd actually ordered some M8 bolts for the seats. We needed 8 of them to get the roof up, and we found that we had exactly 8 spare, so at least we can make some progress today.
And of course I measured up one of the threaded bolt holes to make sure that, yeah, we were getting the right things. The M10 bolt fits in this hole, but where's one? There we go. There's an M8 bolt hole, and I just, you know, you measure one hole and you think, oh, perfect, they're all that. I even checked online and I found places saying, yeah, they're definitely M10 bolts.
Yeah.
That's
if I show you up here, you see, for this guy here, so the exterior fits it really happily.
Oh, like that.
But it won't Titan. So anybody buying a Ford Transit, if you're thinking of using threaded bolts,
They're M8s and they're M10s.
yeah, get both. Just get both. Order them well in advance and save yourself a complete tantrum. But yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there.
Yeah, they're going up.
Today we are framing out the bed. That might seem a bit mad, seeing as this is still an empty tin can, but I'll hand it over to Scott and he'll explain his clever design and why we need to do it before we insulate.
So, my thinking is that we're going to have to attach the bed frame to the metal of the van.
Because he's really heavy.
Yeah, I weigh a ton. So we need to put the frame on to be able to get in behind things, to get the bolts in. So we really want to build part of the frame before we insulate the van itself. And we're going to have a sleeping sideways bed. Here's the supporty bits. And this thing goes there. We'll have one of these at each side. Have some beams going across. And that's the bed.
Yeah.
Go to the walls.
And just to make it a bit more complex, I mean, we had to cut all the wood to size today. The next task we've got is to try and match up holes in the wood to holes in the van so we can
we'll try and
put bolts through.
Worst comes to worst, we can drill bigger holes or new holes. I'm going to try and reuse these holes. They're a bit small. Going to drill them bigger.
And also, here's another slight issue with the van. Where they've sealed the floor to the walls, there's a little ridge. So we've had to do some carpentry to the support beams.
Yeah, we've had to take chunks out of these support beams.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And get the end one as well.
The end one's more chunked out. It's fine.
Yeah, so we just had to do a bit of clever making it, what's that called? Chiseling.
Chiseling, chopping.
Adapt it to the space.
Yeah, make it work.
Make
So
it work.
now they stand at the right height, and that should work.
So that's what we're doing today. So Scott, what have you got there?
I've got a drill! Drilling metal, you kind of want to do it slowly, and we had this thing in the cupboard. All of our other drills are just really fast and aggressive, so I thought, why not?
So we're taking it old school.
And the hole's already there, we just need to make it a little bit bigger. Kind of works.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see if that fits.
Super simple.
Yes!
Oh, look at that, guys. Look
Magic.
at that. That is...
Oh.
Do we even need anything else in the van?
No, that's it, good. I don't think we've ever had anything go quite so smoothly as that.
Yeah, oh, I caught it on film.
It's a miracle!
I'm happy with that. I'm happy.
I like that.
We don't need the rest of the bed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Quite well we're winning. So I'm just gluing all of the bits of this bed together. Although they're going to be bolted to the walls, we just don't need any extra movement in there, so I might as well glue it.
So everything, before we've been bolting it in, we've been putting a good layer of Sikaflex in this interesting abstract pattern.
I feel we don't need to use Sikaflex. Could have used something else, but we had it, so we're using it.
No, I think we should have used it because it doesn't rust. And it's on metal. So I think it was a good choice. Do you want me to direct this one? Another one?
Nope.
There we go.
That seems to be.
So this is our hard day's work.
It's done. It's just a case of attach the rest of the bed to that. But we'll not do that anytime soon. Next up, I think, is insulation.
Yeah.